That's me.
That is you, Fen. You have an adventure to go on.
I'm scared.
It's gonna be a thing. Let me change my scene here because we're moving windows because we're gonna put you on the big window. Here we go.
You'll have to remind me where we left off because I do not remember.
Okay, good. So, last we left off, uh, we're talking with Malakar about the deal that you were striking a deal with Malakar, right? And he told you that he can unlock your potential
And help me be more like the Raven Queen.
and bring you closer to her, I believe is the way he phrased it.
Mm.
And the last thing that you remember was sticking your arms out and him drawing a knife up each of your arms and then you falling unconscious and the world going black.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at this point that the party decided that they were going to turn around after abandoning you with him and come back to try and save you, where they found you floating arms out with this, like, red syrup coming down. But to you, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
As the world goes black, you wake up in a field of nothing. Think like how movies show purgatory, right? Someone just wakes up and it's all white around them.
Mm-hmm.
But you're
Or
surrounded
like
by
the war where there's just like that water that's everywhere.
yeah, but around you there's nothing. It is black. There's no ground
Mm-hmm.
for you to walk on, but you're not falling. There's no sky to
Mm-hmm.
look up at. There's no stars. It's just nothing around you.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly, this fog starts creeping in. This, like, red, silky smoke kind of slowly creeps in on the outside of your vision. And you see this, like, sun almost begin to rise off in the horizon. And you see now that you are standing in a field. There's a forest off to your right, deep far away. There's mountains to your left, a river running down them. And ahead, some rolling hills as you look up into this sun that's beginning to crest. But it's like this, it's like a deep red as it begins to rise off on the horizon. You look, and as you're looking out towards it, something is drawing to you, and you see this shadowy figure appear coming towards you off of these rolling hills. Um, it smells like fire and ash, really fitting for what's happening in California right now.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the pictures that like you were getting out of California. That's kind of the ambiance that you're feeling right now.
Shit, that's fire.
It looks like those pictures of the LA skyline where it's all like black and red.
Mm-hmm.
That's your scene.
Got it. Got it.
Um, and so you begin to you are drawn closer to this figure, this shadowy figure off in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And as you draw near, you see that they are standing atop this massive stone altar.
Mm-hmm.
And despite this oppressive silence of this place that you are in, you hear these quiet, unsettling, incomprehensible whispers begin invading your brain from all directions. You get the feeling you're not alone here. As you start getting closer towards the altar, the shadowy figure, as you get about 20 feet from them. The shadowy figure you see is standing there looking down upon you, faceless, black. But as you approach, these two wings sprout from behind it, off to the sides.
Are they golden?
They are not golden, they are black.
Okay. I've been scrolling through. I'm like, wait, I gotta find my.
They are black.
Gotta find my info. Hang on.
This you expect them to be golden. You expect this welcoming, familiar presence. But something seems amiss. That radiance that you used to feel and experience from meeting the Raven Queen, your previous encounters, has been diminished and has been replaced with this aura and feeling of power. While she looks familiar, she looks, she used to be this beautiful, raven goddess, and where that beautiful visage was, this one feels draped around in shadows. And as you approach her, you hear, "My faithful one, you stand at a crossroads, roads." She's echoing as she's talking to you. "You have served me well, but the balance of the world has shifted. Life as you know it has grown stagnant, bound by the chains of mortality and the fear of the inevitable. To truly bring order, to truly understand the cycle of existence, you must embrace what lies beyond death."
She's just bewildered for a second and just kind of taking it all in. And immediately falls to her knees and begins sobbing just out of she's overwhelmed, she's fearful, she is shocked by how different her deity appears. And she has a million questions racing through her mind about what has caused the change of appearance, why she feels differently. She doesn't want to offend her, so she doesn't want to ask the wrong questions. So she's just sitting here sobbing with all these thoughts racing through her head, wanting to ask all these questions and not having the courage to actually ask anything.
"My child, please don't be scared or alarmed. You have been very faithful to me. I have steered you down the path that you wanted. Do not fear me in this time."
She pauses her sobbing and looks up at her and just kind of stares at her for a moment and then asks what do you need from me?
"For too long you have clung to light and to life, blind to the truth that death is not an end but a transition. You have served me well, but to heal this fractured world as it begins to splinter apart from us, you must learn to wield the power of death itself, not as an enemy, but as an ally. Only then will you see the full extent of the gifts I offer you. Come, let me show you." She reaches her hand out towards you.
Mm-hmm. And Fen bows her head and just is quiet for a moment and mutters a quiet prayer under her breath, even though she's right in front of her, just out of habit. And then, like, without picking her head up, reaches her hand out and grabs onto the hand of
So
Raven.
as you grasp her hand, you feel this like shadow grab it. It doesn't feel like the hand of a person. It feels like this aura of darkness reaching out and almost like sucking the essence out of Fen's hand. And as she turns and she begins walking with Fen off of the onto the stone altar, her wings flutter open and closed, and as they do, the scene around changes. And you now find yourself standing in a village plagued by disease, a very familiar village. There are trees around, a lake off to one side.
Is this our sorry, ignore WrestleMania happening over here? Is this the village that had all the zombies?
No, this is a more familiar village specific to Fen, one that she has not seen since she was a child.
Is it where I grew up?
It's a village that very much resembles what she remembers home to be.
Okay. Um, Real quick before we continue,
Mm-hmm.
I have food that is about to be at my door, so I'm gonna grab that before
Okay.
you
Yep.
continue. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Oh, I'm excited. said they were on their way like 15 minutes ago, and it's only a 7-minute drive. So I'm not sure where they are.
What did you get?
Breadsticks.
Just breadsticks?
Yeah.
From where?
Hungry Howie's. Howie bread.
Could have gotten anything, and all you got was a Howie bread?
Yeah, I love Howie bread. I don't eat pizza, so, you know.
Why don't you... Did you get stuffed Howie bread?
No, just the regular with extra parm. And the garlic butter dip that I can...
Shame.
Yeah.
They probably had another delivery to go to, who got more
Maybe.
than just breadsticks.
Yeah, maybe. Bigger tip.
Probably. I did that. You go to the bigger tip first.
Mm-hmm. Checking the status of your order. It's on the way. Okay. That's probably them calling me. Hi, this is Jamie. I'm good. How are you? Okay. You're calling. Yeah. All right. No rush at all. Okay. They're running behind, but it's fine. It's whatever. Ugh.
Are we going before you get your breadsticks?
Yeah, let's do it because they didn't give me an ETA. So.
Okay.
She's like, I promise we'll get to you. I'm so sorry. Do you want a cookie? And I was like, I don't. It's fine.
Yes, I'll take a cookie though.
I got my Reese's. I'm good.
So as the scene around you changes to this familiar little Frogian village, Grung village, you begin noticing that what is normal and lively Grung going about their business, it seems that the village has been riddled with disease, and you see villagers lying in the streets, lying outside their houses, their huts, just in agony, crying out for some salvation, some relief from this pain that they are in. She looks at you kind of like a parent looking down at a child. Says, "These people need your help, Fen."
How do I help them? I don't know how to fix this. There's so many of them.
I can't give you all of the answers, but these people need your help, Fen.
But they don't They don't want me. They don't they don't they don't care about me. They don't want my help. They don't think they don't I'm not I'm not good enough to help them. I can't do it.
Why don't you at least try?
Cuz what if I fail?
With me, you can never fail.
She sits there for a moment and kind of just looks over at all of them. And she's just pondering quietly for a moment.
Help them, Fen.
Okay. And she looks up at her. She said, "I'll try. I can try."
What do you do?
Um, she again sits and is kind of just thinking for a moment, and she starts kind of um like she takes off her pack and she puts it down and she starts rummaging through it and kind of looking to see if there's anything that she may have forgotten in her bag that is helpful to her, or she's looking for inspiration for items that she has that um, might remind her of a spell that she's forgotten about that might be you know um, and she pulls the raven feather out of her pack that she forgot that she had,
Mm-hmm.
and she sits here and she just kind of looks at it for a minute, and she takes that out of the pack and she puts that to the side, and right next to the raven feather she pulls out a hippogriff feather which she had as well. She puts that right next to the raven feather, and she just kind of starts organizing things that she has in her pack. She pulls out a small pouch of bones that she has and a vial of rabbit blood, and she's staring at all of these things that she has out, and she's thinking so hard. Like you can smell the smoke from all the gears turning in her head. Like she is doing calculus in her head. um and she's kind of, yeah, she's just racking her brain trying to figure out what in the world she's going to do.
As
um
as she's looking through her stuff,
mhm.
she is drawn to her amulet that was in her backpack.
Oh yeah, there it is. um yeah, so she'll pull that out. And is it like glowing or pulsating, or are there sounds coming from it, or
It's not doing anything,
mhm,
but she just can't stop looking at it.
mhm.
Like
So she
she's
mhm,
drawn to it thinking that the power that's been bestowed upon her previously is her natural inclination, to help these people. Something that she doesn't know any different, any other way to help these people than any other way that she's helped people before.
mhm. So she takes the amulet out, and does it have a specific shape, or do I get to pick what shape it has?
It's your amulet.
Okay. um it's gonna be a wooden amulet. with a a very like a minimalist engraving of a lily on the bottom, and then a bird presumed to be a raven or a corvid of some sort over the top of the lily. And it's, you know, quite delicately and intricately carved. It's not, you know, this crude thing. Um, and it's got, you know, a little bit of paint on it made from natural materials, you know, like beetroot and whatnot. You know, it's got some color to it. And as she holds it, she kind of starts rubbing her little toe pads over the ridges on it, and um, feels what I presume is some amount of power that she feels from this amulet. There's some like nondescript feeling that she gets from touching it, manipulating it.
Yeah, she feels closer to the Raven Queen, and that traditional feeling that she got before this meeting with her is what is emanating from that. Not this shadowy, dark presence, but that
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 radiant.
warm, radiant
Mm-hmm.
light.
She inspects it, like the front and the back, to see if there's anything different about it from what she remembers it looking like.
No, it looks exactly like the one that was in her pack.
Okay. Um, so she sits there and kind of she briefly closes her eyes and for a moment just sits here and kind of revels in that radiant energy that she feels. And then in one kind of smooth motion just sits and puts it over her head and holds it against her chest for a moment and lets that radiant feeling kind of just like soak
That
into her.
warmth, like a space heater hitting her in the chest. Yes.
Right, yeah. And she just kind of lets that soak in for a moment, while she's continuing to kind of rub her little toe pads on it. And she's continuing to think, and she's continuing to look at the other items that she has from her pack. And she looks back up at the frogs, the other grung, and she looks back, and she kind of looks up and down a couple times while she's still like just brainstorming what she's going to do next. Um, she then takes the pile of bones and arranges them into a symbol that loosely matches the amulet that she's wearing. Arranges them into a circle with a couple little bones for where the lily is and a couple where the raven up top is. And she takes the raven feather and kind of gently lays it across the top of this pile of bones that she's made. And she takes her block of incense that she has, um, and she takes her candle. She lights one of her candles, and she puts some of the incense in this little pile of bones that she has, and then takes the vial of rabbit blood that she has and drops just a couple of drops of rabbit blood in the circle around the raven feather. And she sits there again, kind of clutching the amulet while she's looking at this little shrine that she's made. And she's breathing in the incense, and she's sitting here again, quietly kind of praying to herself under her breath. Um, Again, even with her being right there, just trying her best to come up with the best way forward that's gonna do the most help, and also kind of asking for a little bit of courage because she's scared out of her mind. She is so worried she's gonna fuck it up. She does not feel she's good enough. She does not feel like she can do any of this, so she's pulling out all the stops. And she just kind of sits with that for a minute. Um, oops, accidentally exited out of my thing. Please hold. It's okay. It's right here. Pulled it back up.
Rookie mistake.
I know. I pressed the back button too many times. Let's see. So she is going to how many grung are there?
That she can see within like a quick little glance. It's about 7, give or
7.
take.
Okay. Well, she's gonna pick 6 of them.
Okay.
Because that's all this spell affects.
It's okay, yes.
She's gonna pick the nearest 6. And she's gonna cast she's gonna cast Prayer of Healing onto the first 6 that she can see there.
Okay. As she begins muttering the incantation for this spell, she the amulet at her chest kind of emits these yellow, like golden tentacles as they come out, and reaches out to the 6 closest, and you can see this healing energy running down these wires connecting the grung to your amulet.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 who are closest stop screaming. They begin to rise.
He was definitely going to swallow this. I'm listening.
They begin to rise from their lying down positions where they were doubled over in agony.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all turn and look up, and Fen feels this gratitude coming from them. Very quickly, after the spell ends and these golden tentacles come back and recede back into the amulet, after they have risen, you see coming from the edges of your periphery out of the fog and mist this black and red smoke kind of like squirming on the ground as it envelops the 6 again, and they immediately fall back down screaming worse than before.
She is shocked and devastated, and again immediately falls to her knees and like kind of catches her head in her hands, and she kind of just starts rocking on the floor. She's like, "Oh, I knew I couldn't. I knew I couldn't. And I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew. And they're all gonna die. It's gonna be my fault, and I'm not good enough, and I can't." And she's just kind of spiraling, talking to herself about how she's terrible and
As she's
worthless.
panicking,
Yeah.
she feels this cold, dark, menacing, that same feeling she had when she touched the Raven Queen's hand to lead her into this
Mm-hmm.
is placed upon her shoulder, and she can feel this like draw this, like almost like her breath is drawn out of her shoulder. My child, that is the old way of doing things. Let me show you the new way. And as Fen looks up at her, she sees her just spin her finger and almost snap her fingers, wave her hand and snap her fingers. And the seventh that Fen saw, who she did not heal, you see begins screaming and like almost seizing, their body shaking and convulsing as this black tendril flies out from her fingers, from her hand, down and into her heart. The body, contorting and writhing, is lifted off the ground about a foot and then is set back down ever so gently as it sits straight up at a 90 and then rises straight up onto its feet. It turns and looks at Fen, and it's got these. It looks like it looked before, but the eyes are this cloudy mist, and it's very rigid. And it turns, and out of the mist forms a shield and a spear as it turns, and then the snake-like smoke that comes, it stabs at it, and it puffs around it and turns and looks back and stares at Fen and the Raven Queen. She looks down. This is the truth of existence. Life is fleeting. Death is inevitable. Will you cling to the fragility of mortal life, or will you embrace the power to transcend it?
So, what happened? Is are they dead?
They are protectors of the village now.
How did what's this fog, and how did he stab it? How did I don't understand.
That one is turning and is beginning to fight off. More fog is beginning to slide in like snakes, and it is turning and fighting, and you can see it is very quickly becoming outnumbered. Ben, you have this power. Just believe in yourself and try. You need to accept not only are you able to protect people from dying, but you can cause them to die and face the inevitability.
And that will save them?
It might not save them, but it could save us.
From what? From the fog? Is it coming for us too?
The Raven Queen has disappeared into a cloud of smoke as more of the snakes, the cloud snakes, begin coming in. The 6 that Fen tried to heal are still writhing in agony on the ground, and the one sentinel is trying to keep up.
She is quickly becoming more and more panicked. Like she's just very quickly going into like a full panic attack where she's just like and I'm picturing this because she's still wearing the amulet.
Yes, the amulet does not feel warm anymore. It feels cold, and if Fen looks down at it, it almost looks like it emits a shadow. Like it's sucking the light into it, so it like radiates a shadow around it.
So she is very quickly escalating into this panic attack, and she looks down at the amulet. She sees like she feels the cold. She looks down at it. She sees that it's now got this really shadowy aura to it, and she clasps it with both hands and closes her eyes. And I'm picturing that scene from Frozen where Elsa and Anna are, and she's just like, I can't, and just like loses it.
As she
That's what I'm
does, six of these wisp-like arms shoot out.
like. And as she does, she like screams like, "Ah!"
Since they fly up and land in the six different bodies, and
Mhm.
they all get lifted up about a foot off the ground and start contorting. The bone, you can hear the bones breaking, the last
And
gasps of air coming out.
as this is happening, she's like frozen and like she wants to cry, but she's like frozen in despair, and she has like one tear that just like.
As this is happening, this snake-like, think like a cobra, comes
Mhm.
up out of the mist and snaps, and it destroys into the a cloud of nothing the one
Mhm.
grung that was standing there. As these six get contorted, they get slammed down onto the ground. They sit up at their 90 and immediate raise up. Each of them conjures up some sort of weapon. There's a scimitar, there's a great sword. One of them's got a
Mhm.
little dagger, one's got a staff, one's got a sword and shield. One of them has like tape around their hands. This party looks very familiar to you, the weaponry that they have.
Mhm.
And they turn and they begin fighting off this snake with their cloudy, drone-like eyes and their
Mhm.
rigid movements. They go and they begin fighting off this snake, backing it off into the mist, back, until eventually you cannot see them, nor can you see the snake anymore as they disappear into the mist.
Mhm.
As this happens and they ward off this misty cloud that seemed to be invading, you begin to see almost like a fast forward time lapse. The trees are beginning to grow, the um, flowers are beginning to bloom. You know, you see birds fly in, you see like a deer come across in front of your path, almost like the world has been healed due to the sacrifice of these grung in this village.
And in between those two things, like before, like after they had disappeared and before all this stuff starts growing back, she had again collapsed and is just like quietly sobbing to herself, like feeling just horrendous about what she's done.
So
And
to
then
to
as
get her
all
attention away from her self-loathing, she hears birds tweeting and
right, yeah. Mhm.
chipmunks, and
Mhm.
it what was a very desolate scene has turned into this lively, vibrant, prosperous village,
Mhm.
even if it isn't for the 6, 7 grung that were there previously.
She picks her head up and she's like looking around, like still like puffy eyes and like tears stained down her cheeks, but she's like just she's no longer crying, but she's just looking around kind of confused and sniffling to herself.
As she begins taking in the scene and begins calming down, this heavy wind blows from behind her, almost like a downdraft from a storm coming in. You know how it goes real calm and quiet, and then you get hit with the wind?
Mm-hmm.
She's hit with that from behind. She turn around or she keep looking at the scene in front of her?
She turns around.
As she turns around, she is immediately met with that familiar stone-like cobblestone altar area that she was at with Malakar,
Mm-hmm.
except that the pillar hasn't collapsed, so that rubble is not lying in the middle of it. It is the throne room in what looks to be its heyday.
Mm-hmm.
All aligned along the sides, there's guards, there's banners showing the house that is in charge of Calamrock Castle. There's think of like I'm trying to think of what movie it is, but like You know how like when movies do like someone standing in like the middle of like central like the Grand Central Station and like they speed it up and the
Mhm.
people are walking by like
Right,
really
yeah.
quickly, but like they're
Hmm.
like only half there kind of thing. It's
Hmm.
kind of like that with like there's
With the
these like
long exposure of it.
sort of. Yeah. There's kind of like these wispy figures walking in and out, almost like they're there, but they're not there. Like
Hmm.
she's experiencing something that she wasn't a part of.
Hmm.
Um, and as she's looking down from the altar down towards the door, this bright white light is shining through the door, and she's drawn to it. So she takes one step from the altar down the very first step, and as she does, immediately that white light is silhouetted with this cloaked black figure, familiar cloaked black figure, who begins almost gliding towards her
Hmm.
as he as this thing gets about 20 feet from Fen. She very quickly remembers that this is the companion that was given to you for your journey up to Seyu Akab,
Oh, so not Malakar, but the other one.
not Malakar.
Okay.
But he doesn't look wispy or shadowy. He looks exactly like Fen remembers her. Looking around, everything's got this like mist of like steam coming off of it, right?
Hmm.
But he is just as present as she is. The Raven Queen didn't even have this finality to her figure.
Hmm.
And he looks at her with his black cloaked face
Hmm.
and he presents a scythe.
Hmm.
And he winds back, and I need you to roll initiative.
Oh no. Oh no. All right.
You got yourself a little fight, Fen.
15.
15. Oh, he also got a 15. What's your dex?
Uh, 13.
Ooh. He winds back and he
Uh-oh.
takes he takes a swing with his scythe at Fen as he closes this 20-foot gap almost instantly.
Mhm.
Uh, and as he swings down at Fen, he just misses and is thrown off. He's thrown off balance.
She does like a quick duck, like a frog duck. Pancakes.
So what would you like to do, Fen?
Well, after she like recovers from being pancaked on the floor. um, um, my instinct is to take my quarterstaff and just whop them, but
Whatever you think here.
I don't think that's the smart choice, but I don't think she's thinking. I think she just panics and Dad just takes the quarterstaff and whops him. Like as she is like ducking out of the way and he like stumbles, she like tries to whap him in the back of the head. Let's see. What do I need to?
Roll an attack with the quarterstaff. Captain O'Malley's peg leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain O'Malley's peg leg. I love it. I love that you have his peg leg.
25.
25 hits. Roll some damage for the peg leg.
So wait, there's a 1d6 plus 2 or a 1d8 plus 2. Which one do I roll?
You roll. Are you holding anything else in your hands?
No.
D8.
Okay.
That's what that is. So you can hold it with
Got it.
a shield,
One or yeah.
or you can hold a second weapon, a dagger too,
Got
or
it.
you can just quarterstaff.
7.
7. As you turn, you bop him on the back of the head. Upon hitting him, you feel this aura, uh, where you, you feel like you're gonna die. Like it's just it feels like this inevitability that their Fen has no chance. And I need you to make a DC or a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. Wisdom saving throw. 22.
22. Uh, even though this this feeling is extremely overpowering, Fen shakes it off, and her amulet, the shadow of it seems to grow a little darker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as he turns after getting bopped in the back of the head, he turns, he takes his hand, and it's for the first time coming out from under the cloak. Fen sees this hand, and it's a skeletal, bony hand that's kind of like wrapped together with black shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And she can feel this this being sucking the life force out of her. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
You
Uh-oh.
take 16 necrotic damage as you feel this life force being pulled out from you. And now it's
Does
your turn.
necrotic damage do any it doesn't leave me with any like conditions?
No.
Okay. Okay. My turn?
Your turn.
Okay. Um see what are we gonna Oh. Um she's gonna cast Sacred Flame onto this dude. Dex saving
Fails.
throw. Ooh.
Fails.
So
What kind of damage is Sacred Flame? Radiant?
yes, radiant damage 16.
16! Yikes.
Black damage.
As you cast Sacred Flame onto this being, you see him visibly recoil, and you see this radiant light that comes down at him, hits him, and it almost like burns a hole into his cloak, and you see the black underneath is more skeletal body with this black wispy smoke holding it together almost. um where the flame hit, the blackness that is holding this together had receded, and has started making its way back into where it was. You get the feeling that that was worse for him than it you expected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
She like suddenly feels like really encouraged. I think that this is the first time she's felt capable in a fight before, because before when she started this campaign she just ran from everything. She hid in a fountain.
Mm-hmm.
And then up until this point, she's been mostly buffing everybody else and like only actually fighting when she has felt like she has had no other option.
Yes.
Which like that's still the case right now. But normally she has felt like, oh well, I just rely on my other party members, like they kick ass. I don't actually do very much.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of bad at what I do. And so she has like that superhero moment where she like steals herself and is like, yeah,
Yeah. Let's go.
yeah.
As she's getting all hyped up, um, these shadowy tendrils, this like the ground around him in like a 10-foot radius begins like almost turning into a black murky water, and then from behind him, Ben sees these shadowy like arms come out of the black water and begin whipping at her, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex. 8.
8. Uh, while she's dodging around trying not to get hit by them, one of them clips her up off the side, and you take 9 necrotic damage. And as you are dodging these different tendrils, trying to make sure you're not getting clipped by them, he makes 2 additional scythe attacks. The first one missing, but the second one connecting on your arm, and you take 15 slashing damage and 5 necrotic damage.
Eek. Eek, eek, eek. Eek. Okay. Eek. I'm not doing well. Now she's pissed because she was getting all hyped up. She was stealing herself.
Very quickly.
Well, she's not that. No, she's just got all this adrenaline pumping, and then gets the shit kicked out of her. So instead of having this like moment, that didn't last. Like she's just pissed. She's just mad. And she starts screaming at him. And she's like, you know what? I can use a scythe too. And she casts spiritual weapon and creates her own floating spectral scythe.
Okay.
Right next.
Nice. And spiritual weapon does what kind of damage? It's force, right?
Yes, force.
Okay. Just checking. Do you attack with it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an attack for spiritual weapon as you scythe him back.
Ooh, damn. 8.
8. He's a little quick for your scythe. As you conjure it, he turns and looks at it and flips his scythe in the way, blocking and parrying it. He takes 2 more swipes with his scythe.
Uh-oh.
Both missing as your scythe comes in and blocks for you and parries both of them.
Yay!
What would you like to do, Fen, as this menacing figure of death is in front of you, his skeletal chest exposed, as the black begins to work its way back up in and recover?
I think they may have just left my food on the front porch without telling me that.
Okay, go.
What's that? Dang it. All my food, I'm hungry. No, I don't know why it tells me that my order's complete and that I should have my food, because I don't. That's irritating. Okay, she is going to cast Sacred Flame on him again. And aim right at his stupid little chest.
Right at his stupid little chest. Oh my gosh. Alright, roll some damage for Sacred Flame.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. You hit him in the same spot.
Uh-huh.
As your Sacred Flame goes and pierces that same already exposed spot. It doesn't do any additional, since you did hit that same spot, there's no additional burning of the cloak, but you see the bones that are they're this like pearly white, like brand new sports car white, almost shining white. You hit these, and that black, like, not liquid but not gas that's just kind of floating around them is like it erupted and erased, and these perfectly shiny white bones are marked and black, like you burnt the bones.
Mm-hmm.
He very visibly recoils, but turns and looks at you, and you can see this. There's not nearly as much of that black coming in to replace that area, almost as if you've permanently damaged
Mm-hmm.
this specific spot on them.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to also attack with your sacred or your spiritual weapon, because that is a bonus action? Yup.
Mm-hmm.
As you do this, your scythe swings. Roll an attack.
Okay. 12.
12 hits.
Let's go!
Roll some damage.
11.
11. As he sits there and recoils, you see him reach his hand out again and begin sucking the life energy from you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
17?
17 saves. You take 8 necrotic damage.
Oh no. 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 No, that's not what I wanted you to say. No.
As he recoils and takes a step back, preparing himself for the next exchange.
Okay. Hmm. Um. Hold, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Because I have 2 hit points.
You reach out and touch yourself and begin transferring this energy from your amulet back into you, and it begins to glow this warm. You feel the warmth inside of it, and It begins to glow with that yellow gold.
I got 22.
22.
22.
Jesus. Oh boy.
That is what my whole character's supposed to be able to do. That I just haven't been doing.
22. Okay.
and
Okay.
and it
22.
can I use my spiritual weapon again?
Yes, roll an attack.
14.
14 hits.
I'm shitting my pants over here. 10.
10.
10 points of damage.
As your spiritual weapon connects, it slices the robe, and you can see this huge gash from like the neck down to the side has opened up.
Okay, I can.
And that black that you saw on the fingers when it's sucking the life out of you, um, has not returned anywhere in its chest area.
Fuck no, I hasn't.
As he looks at you with, he recedes the cloak, and you are met with almost this Ghost Rider-esque skull.
Mm-hmm.
With this, it looking into the void of the eyes, you see, you are almost sucked in. It's not the black that you would expect. In fact, it looks like you're looking out into outer space. This void is just all encompassing. The black smoke comes up off his head, very Ghost Rider like.
I love it.
And upon staring at you, he reaches his hand out one more time to suck the life force out of you, requiring a Constitution saving throw.
8.
You take 16 necrotic damage.
No.
As you see,
No.
this time, as you are watching, staring transfixed into the void, you are unable to bring yourself to hold your life energy back from him. And you see and watch as this void puts you almost into this trance, and then you see some of that black smoke begin working its way back into his chest cavity and almost growing on his head.
No. No. Okay. Is he touching me right now?
No, he is able to suck your life force from you. He's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay.
But you can obviously walk close enough to touch him if you would like.
Right.
He's he's tall, right? Like, he's like 7 foot tall.
And I'm like 2.
And you're like 2. He's this very menacing, imposing figure already, on top of having a giant scythe that he's able to slash you with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't particularly want to go touch him.
Do it. Do it. I believe in
you. No. That sounds like such a... Especially in that tone, absolutely.
Do it.
Do I want to take a gamble?
Yes.
No, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds again on myself, but at a first level.
Okay. I really wanted
Was
to
it worth it?
gamble.
I know. 14.
Seems pretty good. Okay. You'd make another attack with your spiritual weapon as well, I take it.
Yeah, I sure do.
Okay. Roll an attack.
8. Oh, no. Sorry, that was the wrong one. Roll an attack, not damage. 24.
For 8 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. You make another slash, and his robes are beginning to tatter. Almost like they're he's got a huge gash on the one side. You come back and slice the back open with your spiritual weapon, so the backside is all open and exposed as well. The robes are almost turning into scrap fabric at this point. As he looks at you and looks at your scythe, he takes his own and spins it around and takes 2 slashes at you.
Do I need to take? Do I have a saving throw?
Nope, he is slashing at you, so he's making an attack.
No.
And the first one misses. He swipes down and you dodge and you're like, I'm fine, and he comes back and clips you on the way back up.
Uh-oh.
And I forgot what the numbers were. I'm sorry. I'm gonna re-roll it because I'm stupid.
You and me both.
17 points of slashing damage.
No!
I'm sorry. And 5 points of necrotic damage as he slices back up.
No!
And clips you. You feel this terrible energy suck out of you.
No! I almost had it!
You did almost have it. As you fall...
Are you feeling that's not what you wanted to happen?
It would have
been so funny.
To be fair, I have both scenarios written out in case one happens or the other happens. So I planned for both.
I almost did it. Grr.
As you feel this slice come up through you, it catches you under the arm and you can almost feel it rend you in half.
Of course, now my food is here. Dang it. All right. They gave me a cookie anyway.
Oh, that's so nice of them.
Like, how fucking big is this cookie?
Is that a cookie pizza?
Big ass.
Why does it look like that?
It's a brownie cookie.
What's...
Brownie cookie pizza. It's brownie with cookie in it and caramel sauce. Sounds like a heart attack in a box.
Yep. You're welcome.
Anyway, okay.
As you are lifted up and thrown back, you feel your inside splitting. And you expect everything to go black. Like, you You have experienced unconsciousness before,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't. You watch as the scythe rips through you. You see your blood float up into the air, and as you do, it almost everything seems to stop. The slash is still happening. The pain, though, has disappeared. And come as you're looking up, watching your blood in the scythe freeze frame up above you, you see coming down this shadowy figure with these huge black wings float down. And you hear one last time, Fen, it is now time for you to choose your path forward. Will you cling to the light or embrace the shadows?
I feel like doesn't have much of a choice to do or say anything at this point.
The choice is yours, my child.
Choice. What?
Will you embrace this new power?
Are you saying are his power? Can I? Am I dead?
No, not yet, at least. No, you are at a crossroads. And the the Raven Queen grabs Fen and almost holds her like a child in her arms. You can continue down the path of the light. Be the protector that we all knew, that you and I believe that you can be. But there's more power in you that would go untapped if you do that. You
And
can
with more power, I can help more people and be more like you and do your bidding better.
you will be closer to me.
Then if it's your will and it will bring me closer to you, then of course I want to do that.
It is not my will here that you are deciding upon. It is your choice, Fen.
Well, I live my life to serve you, and so none of my choices are my own. They're to serve you.
I think you are mistaken in that, Fen. All of your choices are your own. You choose to serve me. Everything you choose to do in my name. I do not command you do anything. I am just giving you another path to take. We can go down this road, or you can continue to be my harbinger for the light. The choice is yours and yours alone, my child.
But I don't know how to make choices for me. I don't want to make choices for me.
You make choices all the time. You chose to stay with Malakar.
Cause I thought it was gonna bring me closer to you.
And I'm here
and
now.
and here we are.
Yeah, you are here now.
If you think that there's more power in me and that I should follow this new path to reach my full potential, then that's what I'm gonna do.
She sets you down back in the throne room. Time still frozen around you.
Mm.
That your companion, look, the skeletal figure,
Mm.
still frozen mid swipe.
Mm.
Then the choice is yours, and yours alone. And she wraps herself up in her wings and explodes into 1,000 ravens that fly off. And Fen is met with the door to the entrance hall, which is glowing bright like it was before.
Mm.
And up at the altar is the stone basin, which is emitting this black smokiness coming out of it.
Mm. Mm. She's gonna go investigate the basin.
She walks up to the basin. She sees this. Inside is this murky water, almost like that temple that she was in that one time.
Mm-hmm.
And coming out of it is this black steam. Um, she hears the faint whispers again, indistinguishable, coming from this basin. And she, as she has walked towards it, she now looks up, and there is a door behind the altar where there is nothing but the void that was in that skeletal figure's eyes. Turning around, she can still see the bright light from the doorway, open and inviting and warm. And on the other side, the darkness, cold, but oddly eye-catching.
This is my least favorite part about roleplay, is that I know what Jamie wants to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not Jamie.
Nope.
I'm a frog.
Yes, you are.
And she's gonna sit here and she's gonna look between the two doors and Malakar and the blood on the scythe and
Malakar's not there.
oh, not Malakar, the
The
other guy.
skeleton guy who's frozen.
Yeah, the skeleton guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I meant. Um, Malakar beta version.
Mm.
Um,
Mm.
um,
Mm.
and she's just gonna look between the all of the variables. And is she like outside her body? Does she see her body there too, or no?
Nope. No,
No.
she was picked up. If she looks down and inspects where she was cut in half,
Mm-hmm.
the wound seems to be gone.
Mm-hmm. She puts her hand up to the amulet that's still around her neck,
Mm-hmm.
and she feels it. And what does it feel like right now?
You're gonna hate this. It is neither hot nor cold,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
bright nor dark. It looks like a wooden amulet.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna think real hard for a minute, and she is still convinced that even though the Raven Queen did not tell her that's what she should do, Fen is very suggestive. She's very gullible. She's very easily led. So she has it. She's very clear in her mind that this is what she wants me to do. She wants me to do this. So she's gonna take one last look at kind of the warm, inviting, bright light of the opposite door, and she's kind of like looking over her shoulder at it, and just pauses for a second, and then turns around and walks over um to the void.
As she gets to the doorway, before she steps through it, she looks out and sees space, the universe. Like she's looking at the universe at a macro level, how the stars, and she gets this greater understanding of how everything is tied together. And where she was previously trying to protect people and save them, she gets the looking out into this nothingness and everything. She gets over this overwhelming feeling that she has a bigger role to play than just the protector of the few. And with one last big, heavy breath, she takes a step into this void and begins to fall. As she looks up, the doorway vanishes, and she is just floating, falling in this nothingness. As she gets this, she's looking at her hands, and where once she had that slimy, almost like cyan blue kind of tint to them, she sees the color completely leave and turn into this slate gray. And she sees coming out from underneath her she's wearing armor, right? She got tunic on.
Yeah, like leather cloth armor.
Yeah. So coming out from underneath her sleeve, she sees some of that black, ghostly smoke being permeating until it starts engulfing and permeating from herself, her own presence. She feels this cold, necrotic energy emanating from her own being. As she looks down and looks at her holy symbol, now it has darkened. The wood itself has darkened into like a deep walnut. Um, and it has that shadow emanating from around it again. The whispers are beginning to grow louder, but they're no longer incomprehensible. They're now a chorus of voices, this ancient, wise, guiding Fen towards her new purpose. As she's falling, floating in this nothingness, descending from in front of her visage, the ravens swarm together, and the Raven Queen is there. She puts her hand back on Fen's shoulder, and that icy cold, menacing touch is gone. It's a familiar touch now. It feels like a mother touching her child, how you feel when your mom hugs you, right? She puts her hand on Fen's shoulder. You are now the harbinger of balance, my shepherd of the cycle. Through you life and death shall be as one. Go forth, and let no mortal deny the inevitability of the grave, Fen. And she disappears again, and you awaken being floating up in the air with this red dripping down you. You're unsure how long you've been up there as you are very gently lowered back to the ground. You feel and look at this darkness that has still left you, and you're in that familiar cobblestone altar room. Malachar standing on the other side of the stone basin now full with this red, swirling green and black mixture in front of you. The rubble behind him. He looks at you and says, "Welcome to the party." And that's where we're going to stop. You still have more. I mean, we still have more. I can keep going. You want to keep going? Yeah, you want to keep going? Okay. Guess what? You get to level up now. And you get to put your point into Warlock.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, how do I get out of this death save thing?
Do
I just put be successful?
heal. Just heal.
Oh.
Just heal to 55, and it'll fix it. Yes, you full heal, long rest, blah, 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 blah. Get all your stuff back.
Cool.
Yep.
Take a long rest. Oh, now we gotta do the stupid ass thing where I gotta...
Yeah, we have to level you up.
I gotta remember how to do that.
Yes.
Every single time. Manage characters and levels. Every time I'm like, Mike, I don't know how to do it.
It's okay, I'll help you.
Okay.
Got it.
Alright, what do I do?
You give yourself a point in Warlock. Do you know how to do that?
Nope.
Okay. So, we're gonna manage you. Character level 7. So you want to where it says character level 6, right? You're doing this on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it to character
okay.
level 7.
Right, so scroll down to the bottom. Nope, put it back to 6, because you're not a level 7 cleric. You're a level 6 cleric.
Oh, okay.
And if you scroll to the bottom, you should see add another class.
Add another class. Ha
You don't have enough charisma to be a warlock. We're gonna fudge this. You need more charisma.
Okay.
So guess what?
What?
You get 13 charisma now.
Yay!
Because I don't feel like doing
totally
that.
Fine.
Yeah. Oh, you rolled it.
What did I do?
Other modifier. Oh, override score. Charisma. 13. There it is. Hey. Okay. Class.
Are you changing it then?
I am changing it for you.
Okay.
Warlock. Add class. And we have to pick your... Shit, I gotta remember how to do this. Act magic? Where did I put
Actually,
it?
I lied. After we level up, I'll go to bed and we can finish it another time.
Okay.
Forgot I have work in the morning.
Yeah, so do I. I got a meeting at 9.
Ooh.
Where is your subclass? Spells, no. Class features, warlock traits. Did I not make it? Because that would be pretty bad. Oh, I know why. Frickin' D&D Beyond, dude.
Why?
So they added the core rules for the new stuff because like D&D 1 became a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there it is. And I clicked the wrong one. Okay, so you are now a level 1 warlock. If you refresh your page, you'll see it, and then you can roll your hit dice, and then you can see all the stuff that it gives you. And
Still go to manage character levels and whatnot?
yeah, if you click back on your class, you should see it now.
Character level 7. I am a level 6 cleric and a level 1 necromancer warlock.
Yes, you are. So yeah, you can start reading through all of the stuff in that subclass that it gives you. And I think there's like oh yeah, there's an available at higher levels, and you can look at that as well. But that being said, you need to roll hit die, which are a d8 for the warlock, which is perfect because that's what it is for the cleric. So
Wait. So do I do manage HP?
yep, and roll a d8.
I think my dice are in my car. Let's see. D8. 5. So I
Okay.
add that to rolled HP.
Yes, add that to your rolled HP, and then it will do all the other modifiers for you.
Okay, apply. There you go.
Yes. I'm gonna try and break your ability scores.
Call of the Grave. That's a cool ass name.
Oh yeah, it's really freaking sweet. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this because you have to have 13 charisma to be a warlock, which is fine. But I think I'm gonna try and give you the 13 charisma to allow you to do it because whatever, I don't really care about you needing 13 charisma to be a warlock. But I'm gonna try and set it up so that you keep your -1 from your charisma being 9, right? Um, which will just impact your ability to cast warlock spells, but who cares? It's gonna be fun. I cannot. You now have a 13 for charisma.
Okay.
If you want to uncheat, I would just swap like your charisma with your intelligence or something.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
Cool.
So. It's alright. William's character's min-maxed anyway.
Right. It's whatever.
He's got like a 19 in strength.
Alright, so is all my stuff done?
Yes, you can read through your new class and learn about it and enjoy. It's going to be really sweet and really fun to play because I was looking at it and I was like, kind of jelly. I don't get to play it.
I'm really excited.
It's pretty banging.
I'm really excited. Let's see. Just, it's so interesting, right? Because I have Destroy Undead and Blessed Healer and also Raise Undead.
Yes, you can raise your own undead and immediately kill them.
Yeah. we're towing that line between life and death. We're bringing balance to the universe.
Yes.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. You still have more to go through. I'm gonna mark where we stopped.
Because I'm curious, and now it doesn't matter because it's done. What was gonna happen if I beat him?
If you beat him, you would have gotten a party member who will show up and help you guys out at random points in the story.
Oh.
Yeah, you would have had an extra party member that I would play as during like big boss fights. Or
Neat.
any time your deity was coming to help you, she would bless you with the ability to bring, like I don't know, I would give you like once a week or whatever.
Mhm. To be honest, I'd rather be a necromancer.
Oh, you would get both.
Oh.
You
Oh,
would still get
cool.
the
Okay.
choice. It was just if you beat him, he would have
With
like
extra little bonus.
yes.
And
Yes.
then was the going to the light, was that just continuing as is, or would that have been a different
That would
class?
have been you as a cleric continuing
Okay.
to try and save people as a cleric, yes.
Imagine if you went through all of that
I
work
have
and
to
then I
give
was
you a
just like,
choice. There were four different spots where you could have completely bailed out of this,
yeah.
and it would have all been for naught. But it's fine. The choice has to be in there. You have to make the choice. You have to commit your character to completely changing her entire worldview and stuff. So it's good.
It's but the thing is, it's not really changing her in my eyes. It's not really changing her worldview because as long as she thinks she's pleasing her God, that's all that matters. Like as long as somebody tells her here are the rules and here's your job, she's like, okay, cool. And then if somebody's like, hey, we've changed the rules, here's your job, she's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and yeah,
Like she's not out here on some crusade to save everybody. Like she's not even a good character. Like she's not good aligned. She's neutral. She's and grungs as a race generally are lawful evil. So the fact that she's lawful neutral is a stretch.
she's got a worldview that fits her thing, right? Like she's got a worldview that
Right.
she follows. Everything's got its place. Uh,
Right. And now she's just learning about death. She just hasn't been taught. She hasn't been shown.
she hasn't been shown, but now she's been shown.